So one of the big differences we have this year versus the years prior is we partnered with Nine Line Foundation. It has taken a huge burden off of us. We're not a Soldier's Journey Home is really not that great at actually doing the fundraising aspect of it. We're great at getting the material donations and lining up the contractors. Nine Line Foundation jumped in and they assisted us with the monetary stuff. They're actually fantastic at fundraising. So they assisted us in actually being able to complete this house. When we were looking at the next candidate, we came across Eric. And then we found out at the same time, Nine Line Foundation was looking into possibly assisting him too. So it was a perfect marriage at that time. I got in touch with their president and both of us collaborated, and we realized at that point that it would be a perfect partnership to move forward with. They're definitely a huge part of this build. This build would not be able to be completed without the efforts that they put into this. Megan Hostler, who is their president, has been instrumental in getting this project off the ground and getting it to the stage it's at right now. Weather has been a huge factor in this. If you remember last year, we were able to pretty much throw the entire house up and assembled kind of on the first day. This year it took 3 days, and it was because of the weather. It was definitely probably the biggest obstacle in this, between the rain and the cold and everything, and just the conditions, the windy conditions. But we were able to overcome them early on, and luckily we've been blessed with the weather we've had for the past few days. One of the things we do with the Soldier's Journey Home is we don't build the same house all the time. We actually design the houses to actually be built for the recipient. We look at the needs that they have, and we'll actually build a house for their injury. We'll have, the increased doorways, the hallways, handicap accessible showers. The walkways is a big one on this one. That is probably one of the biggest parts of the build, where landscaping is not a major factor in the builds we've done prior. But this one, the landscaping has been a big hurdle, and luckily we have the guys that will be able to take care of that for us. As beautiful as it looks, the landscaping part of it, actually the functionality of it is the fact that instead of stairs or a ramp or anything, Eric will now have the access to leave the house without having to transition in grade, meaning that there won't be a ramp or anything like that. He'll be able to leave the front, and he'll be able to roll right out to the driveway in his wheelchair, or he'll be able to do the exact same thing through his back deck, that they're going to do the exact same type of system for him. One of the greatest things about a Soldier's Journey Home, and again, it's also about Nine Line Foundation, the partnership, the personnel from both organizations. You have incredibly talented people that sacrifice their time and to be away from their families to do this. And without their support and their skills, this would never happen.